Hey, how's it going, everybody? My name is Jason. This is Art of Creation Homestead, and I'm gonna show you a brooder setup. Okay, we've been brooding chicks now for 6 years, so this is our 4th batch. Okay, and we've constantly changed things. Okay, we only buy 6 at a time right now. So a lot of times your setups will show people how you're setting up for 20, 30 chicks or whatever, more chicks. I want to show you what we're doing for 6. Okay, we're just getting 6. So this setup will work really good for 6 to 8, okay, chicks at a time. And if you're having to get more than that, then you can just maybe make it you can upscale it just a hair, for 10, 12, 14 chicks, whatever. But this is a really good setup for a basic 6 to 8 chicken backyard flock, or 6 to 8 chicken addition to your backyard flock. Okay, and so I want to show you what we've done, things we've learned over the years, things that we've done to make this operation work a little more smoothly. And all right, let's go. By the way, the chicks are sleeping. We get down in here. All right. First of all, I'm gonna show you that. Okay, we're using a storage tub. All right. Obviously, you can see that. Right. You have eyes. So we have 2 of these. Okay. I think this one is 37 inches long. Okay. 19 inches wide and 17 inches deep. I think it may be 50 gallons. I'm not sure what it is exactly, but those are the measurements: 37, 19, and 17 deep. Okay, so we got 2 of those, and what we do is we put them in one, obviously, and when we go clean this one out, we have another one fresh, already set up. We can just flip the chicks over too. That way we can flip the chicks over. They're back home and they're in their safe, comfy environment. And now we've got this one that we can dump the shavings out of into the compost, and we can clean it out and get it ready for the next cleaning, which will be a few days later, right? So that's the first thing that we do. Okay. Second, I'll show you right here. You can see right here we used the flake pine shavings, okay, and we put a few inches deep. But as you can tell, we had this right here. All right, those are puppy pads. Yes, I understand these are baby chicks, not puppies, but we do that for like the first 2 days or so, okay? Really 2 days, and we just do that. We put that on top of the shavings for the chicks to run on and poop on, and we'll switch those out to clean it. That way the chicks don't eat the wood shavings, because I promise you they will try to eat the wood. Well, we'd rather them drink water and eat the feed, correct? Because they're very fragile, very, very tender at this age. We want to make sure that we get them all started off right. And so in order to do that, we use these puppy pads for the first 2 days. That way they're not eating the wood for the first 2 days of their life. Okay, just an extra little step for a small amount of chicks. It's not that big of a deal. So we just switch those in and out as they get soiled. And so like right here, we'll show you how it looks. And you can see how they've been pooping on it. All right, now we have the feeder. Just a basic stand-up feeder, basic quart water. McMurray, see, these chicks came from McMurray. McMurray sends, you can buy a quick chick, a little Gatorade for chicks, essentially. You can buy, and so we bought some quick chick, came with it, and we used that water for the first. We'll use that in the water for the first little bit, just to give them extra hydration, extra electrolytes, and energy boost. And as you can see, we have a Brooder Heater heating plate that we bought at Premier One Supplies. Okay. So there's several out there. You can go to Amazon, Premier One. A lot of places have them, sell them. They work great. The babies love them. As you can see, there they are. And they're loving life. That's a really important step. There's that brooder heater, that heating plate. Heat lamps are so extraordinarily dangerous, people. I just want everybody to understand that. Here we're at in Southwest Ohio. There's a berry farm close by that had a fire in their barn a few years ago, in their goat barn, from a heat lamp. Okay, I don't know what happened. I don't know how the heat lamp caught fire in their situation, but it destroyed their barn, destroyed all their animals, and destroyed a lot of the equipment and supplies they had in there. Terrible, terrible, terrible scenario that could have been avoided without a heat lamp. Okay, so that's why we don't touch them. We used the heat lamp the first time we had chicks 6 years ago. We had issues with those bulbs. The bulbs are cheaply made. They get too hot. They can explode. They can melt the the little things inside there, I'm not sure what those are called, but those things inside that actually cause the light and the heat to come out. They get so hot they melt those. Literally, we had one that got so hot it started melting things, and I had to use like an oven mitt to get the bulb out of there after it was already off, because it was so amazingly hot and wasn't going to cool off anytime soon. So it's just extraordinarily dangerous. I know there's some options that look safer. Just invest in a heat plate if you're gonna do this. It's so much safer and so much less to worry about, because it's got to be on all night. Well, you need to be able to sleep soundly and sleep, with a clear mind, right? You don't want to burn down your stinking garage. Invest in a heat plate. It's well worth it. Okay, and your chicks are better off for it too. It mimics their mother, and the heat's not as harsh. Okay, and another thing we do use a light. See, we have to use a light, but that's just an LED bulb just for light. And we can swing that light up and down to get them used to having less light or whatever. First little bit, we have light on all the time. We have a little tote right here. That's going to keep all the feed. We have their feed in there. We have chick grit in there, which you don't need chick grit for the first few days, but we have chick grit, their feed. Anything that any supplies we're going to use close by, we have them in that tub. Okay, and we do this. We clean with Angela's homemade vinegar spray. It's a vinegar cleaner with orange vinegar cleaner, and so we use that to clean everything with. We have 2 waterers. Okay, make sure it's always good to have two waterers, two of things. Okay, that way if something gets dirty, messed up, broken, you have another one right there close by. So when you go to clean out this water, when we change the water, we just bring a fresh waterer out, take that one back in, and clean it. Okay, it's always very important to clean. They don't have to be like a hospital clean, because they need to get used to natural environment, but it is good to keep them clean. You don't want to deal with coccidiosis or any kind of random bacteria that can affect baby chicks, because they are so extremely fragile. So we just try to take the best care possible. So we did that. We pick up this puppy mats after a couple of days, and we go ahead and go to fresh shavings, and then we'll switch that out every probably 3 days. Obviously, your nose will tell you. A lot of times you have to switch it out because they spilled their water and they get water on the shavings. So if you get wet bedding, you got to change that. Their chicks do not need to be in that. It's not good for their feet, not good for their health in general, just not good for them overall. So if you spill their water, get those shavings out of there, get them in a fresh brooder. Okay. All right, right here you see this top. Okay, this is just like 1x1s. Okay, 1x1s I cut out. And then I use hardware cloth for the top. That way you have airflow. They need airflow, okay? They absolutely need airflow. So we have that, and I covered it because the babies will get up on top of things and eventually try to jump out, okay? It'll shock you, but they can get out pretty easily, and just within a week or so, okay? So you do that, have a top. Rodents can't get in that way, and then they can't get out, right? So those are the things that I feel like are most important. You need to make sure you give your chickens the best chance possible. Okay, a good chick starter, 20%, 22% protein. Good water. If you don't use Quick Chick from McMurray, you can put some apple cider vinegar in, a little bit of apple cider vinegar, organic apple cider vinegar that is, like Bragg's. Bragg's vinegar is the best. So you put a little bit of that inside the water, like maybe a teaspoon, very small amounts, just a trace, very small. That's good for their health. In the past, we've used Probios, like in their feed, mix that in their feed. That's good to get probiotic and prebiotics inside their system and get their gut started off to a good way. Again, you gotta use chick grit after about a week. Start sprinkling some chick grit in there because they need grit. They will grow very quickly. Make sure you keep their brooder free of draft the best possible. Make sure you got that brooder heater, not a heat lamp, please. Please don't do heat lamps. I don't want to hear you guys burn down your garage. So that's our setup. Okay, it's stuff we've learned over the course of time. And it's what works best for us. And I would recommend anybody with a small flock, a small hatch of chicks, to use this style of setup. It really works great. It helps so much in cleaning and keeping them clean, and how just the whole process works for you. It's not that much work, really. It's not. So just, it's good for the chicks, good for you. Alright, so if you like this video, hey, give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We keep doing a lot of chicken videos, baby chick videos. We got gardening and cooking as well. Just everything we do that pertains to growing food and raising animals, raising baby chickens especially. Then you'll see here, okay? So, hey, my name is Jason. We appreciate you guys watching. We love you. God bless you, and goodbye.